College basketball on Flow Hoops. Day 3 of Bubbleville from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Getting you set for Buffalo and Towson. He's the analyst for the Austin Spurs G League team, Carl Schoening. I'm James Westling with you. This is the season opener for Buffalo, picked 4th in the MAC preseason and coming off a 20-win campaign. Meanwhile, Towson, they have 2 games under their belt, both losses to Virginia, and then to a San Francisco team that, by the way, earlier today beat 4th-ranked Virginia. We've got a good one on deck here in the nightcap.
Yeah, it should be a fun one, James. You have a kind of 2 differing styles of how the season has gone so far. Obviously, Buffalo playing in their first game of the season. Meanwhile, Towson playing in their 3rd game in 3 days to wrap up their trip here to the Mohegan Sun Arena. And I think it'll be a fun one between these two, as it could be a factor of making sure that the Towson Tigers are in game shape to play 3 games in 3 days.
Some players to watch. First for Towson, it starts with their redshirt senior, Zane Martin.
Yeah, Zane Martin, 205 senior. He had 25 points against San Francisco, and he was a preseason pick for first team All-A or CAA, and he'll be definitely a name that you'll be hearing a lot.
On the other side for Buffalo, they have an athletic guard in Javon Graves, who averaged over 17 points per game a season ago.
Yeah, and he's somebody that dipped his toe into the NBA waters, decided to come back to Buffalo, but it will be interesting to see how his season progresses in his senior year, as he definitely wants to make some noise and work his way up those draft boards.
In terms of your keys to the game, first for Towson, what do the Tigers have to do to get in the win column here tonight?
They have to avoid the droughts. They had a couple rolls here in their first couple games in Bubbleville, and I think the main thing will be eliminating the droughts, staying at least consistent in your scoring, and if they can do that, then the Tigers have a chance to put themselves in position to win today.
And how about on the other side, Buffalo? These guys play fast.
Yeah, push that break. It's all about tempo, and last year they were 8th in the country from KenPom adjusted tempo at almost 74 possessions per game, and they want to make sure that they push that break, and you might see something along the lines of an NBA score tonight, as they don't want to take too much of that shot clock up.
Time now to take a look at our starting lineups. First for Towson here on Flow Hoops. The Tigers 0-2, coming off a 19-13 season last year. Jason Gibson, their top returning scorer from last year's club at 8.4. Nicholas Timberlake has been fantastic with a career-high 19 points the other night against Virginia, then followed it up with a 12-point performance yesterday for Towson. And on the other side for Buffalo, coached by Jim Whitesell. In his 2nd season, they went 20-12 last year, 11-7 in the MAC. And led their league in scoring at 79 points per game. On the inside, Josh Mbala. His 2nd year in the program, he had 308 rebounds last year, most by a Buffalo player in over 40 years. He's a double-double machine. Started his career at Texas Tech. Towson and Buffalo getting set for tip-off. Both of these teams phenomenal on the boards. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Buffalo, they led the nation in rebounding last season, 42 per game. They led the country in offensive rebounds as well. And Towson, they've led their league in rebounding 6 consecutive seasons. Buffalo and Towson.
Yeah, when you talk about a team wanting to play at a faster pace, that usually means there's more rebounds up for grabs. And sometimes that can be a bit of a stat padding scenario where obviously there's more rebounds to grab in terms of total numbers, you're going to be grabbing more. But if you can get that rebounding percentage up on both sides of the court, that really does give you a good opportunity to win the game.
Brock Bertram will jump center for Buffalo. Victor Uyalamo, who had a double-double last time out for Towson in the loss to San Francisco. Jumps for the Tigers. Tap controlled by Buffalo. Graves gets his first touch. Kick in the corner. Knifing inside. Williams can't get it down with the left. Offensive rebound tips to him. Third bite at the cherry goes, and Buffalo's on the board.
Yeah, I mentioned those rebounds, and right away, 2 offensive rebounds off the bat.
Stoppage of play as they check the clock.
Well, they want to put time back on, it seems like. Only 5 seconds came off as opposed to 8, and officials staying sharp here in the opening moments.
And they've got to give the 2-point basket to Buffalo on the scoreboard as well. Towson's first offensive possession. Gray out front. Over to Zane Martin, coming off a 25-point performance less than 24 hours ago. Uyalamo, mid-range, bangs into his defender, takes him all the way to the block, but Bertram is there to contest the shot.
Yeah, like you said, he started that post up way too far out. That's hard to start it back down 15 feet from the basket.
And Umbala travels in the open floor on the catch. Kind of a sloppy start for both clubs. Zane Martin, step back 18-footer. Flips the front rim. Williams has to stave it. Uyalamo thought he was out of bounds. Buffalo on the move. Mbala, shake and bake. Mbala with another near turnover. Bailed out by a whistle and a foul on Towson.
Yeah, and Mbala trying to put the ball on the floor, and it looked like he maybe didn't quite have the handle and got lucky right there on the reach-in.
Not sure if you caught him wiping his palms off the chest of his jersey, trying to dry those hands. This is the season opener for Buffalo. They have some early game jitters. Graves, rise and fire. Spits out. Timberlake soars in for the rebound. Lazy outlet. And Graves with the thievery for Buffalo. Kick out Williams, puts it on the floor. Another travel. Buffalo is sped up. They like to play fast, but not this fast. Another Buffalo turnover.
Yeah, it's a great John Wooden quote. Be quick, but don't hurry. And a little bit of hurry here, and probably, as you mentioned, just some first game jitters from Buffalo. They'll calm down here. Just a couple minutes left. They're a couple minutes into the opening tip-off and of their season. They're going to be excited to play, obviously.
Martin high off the glass. Almost went. Williams gathers it in for Buffalo. Trying to thread a pass along the inline with no angle. An easy steal for Gibson. Towson scoreless over 2 minutes in. That's Timberlake's spot, that corner three. Not that time. He hit a bunch of those against Virginia. Went 5 of 7 from downtown. And spearheaded an 8-0 run in the second half that got that deficit down to 15. Tough shot from Graves. And that's why he's a next level talent.
Yeah, sometimes that ability to get to the defensive box and then be able to create in so many different ways as soon as you get around that restricted area can really help you finish above those taller, longer guys that might contest your shot. And that was a nice follow-up.
Juwan Gray, fall away, swish. Towson's on the board. It comes 3 minutes on the nose into the contest. As you get a look at Jim Whitesell in his second season, took over for Nate Oates, moved on to Alabama. Graves splits the defense. Pocket pass to Bertram rolling. And the finish. That is pretty.
Bertram's been really impressive on both sides of the court, and Towson's going to have to definitely start paying more attention to him. He's just a nice anchor defensively, but he's also had plenty of opportunities to score underneath the basket here in the opening moments, and that time his teammates find him.
Pass barely gets through to Martin. Running left-handed shot. Swishes it in. Pull-up three from Segu. Too strong, sputters off. Gray has it for Towson. Looking for the equalizer on this possession. Or maybe the lead if Gibson hits. Williams wants three, doesn't have it. Bertram's been active on the inside, offensive rebound. Threw up a wild shot. We have a foul underneath the basket. Which takes us to our first media timeout. Buffalo has the ball when we come back. They lead it 6-4 early on. This is college basketball on Flow Hoops.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? AFreserve.com.
With Carl Schoening, I'm James Westling on the call for college basketball on Flow Hoops from Bubbleville. The Mohegan Sun here in Connecticut. Buffalo on top, 6-4 over Towson. But Buffalo's turned it over 3 times. They still hold a 2-point lead. Towson has started 2 of 7 from the field.
Yeah, and we weren't joking when we said that this is a Buffalo team that likes to play fast, and they're almost a little too fast here out of the gates. They've jacked up a couple quick threes that maybe if they had just taken a few more seconds probably could have gotten a little bit better of a look. But if that's the pace they want to play, then that's all right on the scoreboard at the moment as they start off with this early 2-point lead first official timeout.
Buffalo, they were supposed to start their season 2 nights ago, but their opener got canceled. New for the 2020 season, the MAC did away with divisions, and Buffalo preseason picked 4th after they went 11-7 last year. They returned 3 double-figures scorers, including Javon Graves. Williams, another one of those double-digit guys, around 11, his jersey number last year. Tip in no on the follow. Graves for a 3. Can't ring it up. And Gray active on the glass as he fetches it in the short corner for Towson.
Yeah, already 4 offensive rebounds from Buffalo, which helps out. 5 offensive rebounds from Buffalo as they helps out because they already have 3 turnovers as well.
Gibson's runner no. Thompson keeps it alive for Towson. Gray wide open. Connects. Towson has their first lead at 7-6. Segu dishes underneath the Bertram.
Yeah, really pretty pass. And Bertram, who just knows how to read the spacing that the defense allows him, has gotten several opportunities down low, and I think he's going to be a big factor in this ballgame.
Segu had 65 assists a season ago. And a steal from Graves on the sideline. Lead pass Segu. It's 3-on-2. Buffalo pulls it out left wing. Segu, hesitation dribble drive. Hooks it to Williams for a 3. String music. It's 11-7 Buffalo. Williams hit 34 threes last year for Buffalo. Timberlake, catch and release. Front lift it. A foul over the back. Going against Towson.
Yeah, again, Bertram there just doing a nice job being a space eater, and that means being a big body who knows how to be in position. You see he gets that easy look right there, and sometimes that also means just taking up space, and in this particular case, he's bumped on the rebound attempt that he would have easily grabbed otherwise, and those kind of plays go a long way towards winning formulas of basketball.
Williams, a wiry inside-out player for Buffalo, and when he gets to that spot, he is impossible to defend. Made it look easy.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you take advantage of all of those opportunities where you have the mismatch, and the 7-0 run here over a minute 15 is helping Buffalo take this lead.
Towson ends the drought. Zane Martin puts it through for the Tigers. And a steal on the other end. Active hands.
Yeah, a bad pass. I know they want to push the break, but make sure you make smart plays.
A whistle and a foul in the open floor. They call it on Towson. That's on Solomon Uyalamo. The Uyalamo brothers from Miami, Solomon and Victor. A couple of post players for Towson. David Nickelberry has entered the lineup for Buffalo. Running the show for the Bulls. Has it outside, cross courts to Williams. One-on-one against Mims, who gives him too much space, but he can't hit the 17-footer. Allen trying to create some separation, throws up a desperation shot. That's an air ball. Buffalo, one-on-one. Nickelberry banks it in.
Yeah, and a very nice job by Nickelberry to fill that lane correctly. He saw that he had space in the middle of the paint, made his defender switch his hip alignment, and he was able to finish it kind of on a little bit of a mock reverse by going to a strong hand.
Zane Martin. That one's no good. Uyalamo with his 7-foot length keeps it alive, but a foul on Towson. And that is already their fourth in the first 7+ minutes. It's going to be the second.
You again used to see Buffalo off to the races. The Bulls want to push the break, and sometimes that will really catch the defense off guard and make them make some of those mistakes where they think that they have a chance to poke the ball loose to stop the break, but get a little too physical on the defense, and in a way that kind of helps out Towson. They just need to not foul.
Rumbalo with a quick first step. Couldn't finish the shot. And a Bull is out of bounds. Towson basketball down by 6. Tigers have started 4 of 13 shooting, 31%. Buffalo on the other side, 41%, 7 of 17. And Buffalo winning the glass 13-6. They lead 15-9. Ja'Kai Doughton operates the point. This possession for Towson. Both Uyalamo brothers are out on the floor. Zane Martin roars into the lane, and he's fouled.
Yeah, a little bit of a broken play, and they get something out of it as it looked like Victor Uyalamo should have gotten up there and set a screen. Instead, he kind of cut to the block, and he had to be directed by his teammates on what to do, but still an opportunity to score after the timeout.
Timeout on the floor. Buffalo nursing a 6-point lead. This is college basketball from Bubbleville, from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut on Flow Hoops.
Being a pro athlete, it's extremely important to be prepared It's extremely important to put the right things in your body. That's the great thing about BioStill, is it's getting me in the right shape to be able to go out on the field and be the best Patrick Mahomes that I can be. The best thing about this sport and the platform that you have, you get to impact future generations. And having something that tastes good that also makes you healthy is something that's special.
Day 3 of Bubbleville on Flow Hoops, Buffalo and Towson. We've been looking forward to this one, and tomorrow we'll have Buffalo and Army. Army is 2-0 and in the house watching this contest. They won big in our first contest over Central Connecticut State. He's Carl Schoening. I'm James Westling on the call. This Buffalo team turned it over 4 times in the early part of this half, but they have settled in to take a 6-point lead.
Yeah, and it's a tough break for Towson on the scheduling side of things. It's their 3rd game in 3 days, and here on the 3rd game, they are facing probably the fastest-paced team that they're going to face all season long, and it's just a tough draw, but they're going to have to figure out a way to control this pace here.
They draw up a beautiful play out of the timeout. Demetrius Mims with an easy deuce. Towson, 48 hours before this tournament, if you will, started, they were supposed to play St. Bonaventure, Rhode Island, and Stephen F. Austin. And they're going to finish the 3 days playing Virginia, San Francisco, and Buffalo, 3 completely different teams. That's 2020 for you. A foul on Buffalo. Nickelberry whistled for his first.
Much better than not playing at all. So, you know, at this point, you just play who's in front of you, and, you know, just throw scouting out the window sometimes, as sometimes these makeshift schedules will have to come together. And, you know, we're just happy that there's games again. It was a tough ending to have no March Madness, and now we get rolling again, and I'm just excited to be back here. I'm sure these student athletes are as well.
Uyalamo being hounded out on the arc, gives it up to a guard. Shot clock winding down. Solomon Uyalamo with the ball. Handoff Martin, down to 5. Martin curls. The throwback deflected high in the air and a steal. Thievery from Buffalo, a hop step and a finish. Graves counted. An emphatic and 1. And Buffalo leads by 6 again.
It starts with the suffocating man defense on the defensive side for Buffalo, and then that pace that they want to take the whole way through this game. Just an easy play for Graves as he was ready to push the break and gets that nice outlet pass. But I think Towson really did try to slow down that pace, but they couldn't find a good shot, and they just had to kind of put one up at the end of the shot clock. And it's going to be tough for them all evening long if that's going to be the case, if Buffalo plays this well defensively.
Kept alive by Fagan. Graves' 3 is rounded off. Buffalo out-rebounding Towson 15-8. Both of these teams, one of the better rebounding teams in the country. Buffalo led the nation in rebounds a season ago, and a steal. The heist leads to a run out. Offensive foul. Savion Gallion, sophomore from DC, turns it over.
Yeah, Gallion playing true to that speed, just decided to take the official, put the decision in his hand, and really nice job by Towson player to go ahead and take that charge. As that was Gibson. Nice job by Gibson to get in front of the defender and take that hit.
Closing in on the midway point of this first stanza. Gray with a nice head fake. Got Fagan off the floor, grabs a fistful of jersey, trying to stay in front of him.
Yeah, smart play sometimes. You know that your man's beat instead of potentially putting that 2-on-1 situation at the rim. Just go ahead and grab him before he can really get into his shooting motion.
Shot clock under 10 and a turnover. Towson, that is their 6th. They only turned it over 11 times per game last year. That was 4th best in their league.
Yeah, you got to give Buffalo a lot of credit. They're playing some really tight man defense. Very few players are sagging off of their guys, even 2 passes away.
Graves misfires for Buffalo. Towson, they had a month last year. The month of January, they went 7-1, their 2nd best month in program history. The 1990-91 team went 8-1. Will be a force once they get into league play. Gibson throws it away. Segu races up the floor. Comes to the foul line, stop and pop. Timberlake rips it down as he obtains the rebound for Towson. Up the floor, dangerous pass. Volleys off the glass. Segu baseballs ahead. Down low, power dribble, and the finish on the inside from Graves, who has 6 for the Bulls. And Buffalo has their largest lead. Towson has turned it over 5 times in the last 2.5 minutes. They haven't scored during that stretch. 30-second timeout will stay here. Buffalo leads by 8. Carl, what do you like about this Buffalo run?
Man, they are showing off their quickness, their athleticism, their just interest in scoring with the first 10 seconds in the shot clock. Obviously, sometimes there's a school of thought that that's when it's the best opportunity to score before the defense really has an opportunity to get set. And Buffalo showing why they think that that's a good philosophy themselves. And then on the other side, we talked about the keys to the game. Towson needs to, avoid these droughts as much as they can. They haven't scored in 2 minutes, 40 seconds, and I think that's going to be something that they have to overcome here before this game really gets out of hand. It's only 8 points right now, but if they let this kind of scoring run from Buffalo really continue into the later moments of this half, it could be a tough locker room conversation to have with your team.
Out of the timeout, Towson needing a basket. The last Towson timeout led to a layup, and it leads to points here. Tougher shot from Charles Thompson.
Yeah, but a really nice hook over his left shoulder, and that scoring on the block helps slow down the game and also gets those high-percent shots.
Segu, nifty spin, but too nice. He traveled with it.
Their 6th turnover, and sometimes that's the problem when you have guys that are quick at all positions. It's a little bit quick of the feet when you have the basketball as well, and that is another turnover. I want to say that's their 4th turnover of the game, or travel of the game.
Both of these teams with a lot of offensive mistakes. A combined 14 miscues between the two clubs. Shot clock already into single digits. This is where Martin can take over. Gives it up to Thompson in a jam.
Very patient play there by Towson as they used most of the shot clock and finally found their big man as all of them were being fronted on that defense possession.
Tough pullback from Graves, well short. Rebound acquired by Allen for Towson. Towson, a basket here would be big. A 4-point game, they could cut it to a 1-possession deficit. Trying to feed it inside with a rainbow pass down low. They throw it away, but there was a whistle. As you get a look at Pat Scarry in his 10th year, Towson has won 18 games in 6 of their last 8 seasons. Media timeout. 19-15, Buffalo. Towson hanging around, it's close here at the Mohegan Sun.
Who are you? You're so mean. Thanks, Captain Obvious. I'm you from the future, here to warn you about 2020. Can't be that bad, right? Let's just say it gets a bit dramatic. There's no toilet paper, no hand sanitizer, or sports. Oh, and trips were canceled. What? Listen! Just choose free cancellation on Hotels.com because no one knows what the future holds. Anything else? We're bald.
Bubbleville, college basketball on Flow Hoops alongside Carl Schoening. I'm James Westling. Carl is the analyst for the Austin Spurs G League team. Buffalo leads Towson 19-15. Towson heating up. They've made their last 3 shots and now shooting 44%. If they can limit their miscues, Towson can score points, but they have 8 turnovers.
Yeah, I think the main thing that they want to focus on is getting the ball to the ball, getting it inside. But Buffalo's doing a tremendous job fronting the post and really playing denial to make sure that there's no entry passes into that post. Which means Towson kind of needs to rely on the pick and roll to score and make sure that they catch those rollers slipping to the basket and they maybe get the hard edge on the ball screen. So it's going to be an interesting situation for Towson to score as they're not going to get their traditional post up.
Box set off the inbound. Towson keeps possession. Allen has his shot blocked, trying to keep it alive. Punches it out of bounds. And it goes back to Buffalo.
Very active, super active defense here from Buffalo as they look quite tight on their defenders and make sure there's not too much elbow room. And good example right there on a shot that should have been high arcing.
Graves lofts on the inside to Bertram. Tough turnaround, half hook. The Baby J falls.
Bertram's been really impressive here through the first half, and I think he's going to be somebody who maybe makes the difference here, as I've said a couple times, as he's sort of their anchor on the defensive side and their safety valve on the offensive side.
And Bertram, he's finally healthy. He played in 18 games last year, but he was never 100%. He missed all of the non-conference slate for Buffalo. He has 6 points, 5 rebounds, and a block in 9 minutes here in this half. And the shot clock is at 5 for Towson. Bertram, he's a load, 6'11".
Yeah, and I hope they credit him for that block right there. It looks like he kind of deflected off of Thompson, and this is where they have 5 seconds.
The alley-oop lob. Williams erases the shot. Leads to a fast break on the other end. Graves stumbles a bit and loses it out of bounds. Missed opportunity for Buffalo.
Yeah, this is the beauty of a defensive play. He comes out of nowhere. That would have been tough to catch anyway, but it does spark the fast break the other way, too.
That was Mbala, who had 35 rejections last year for Buffalo. Zane Martin exploring, banking it in. 21-17, Towson within 4 again.
Really creative angle that Martin had to take there to get it over the shot blocker, Bertram.
Tagu one-on-one, knifes his way to the pin. Gray rebounds as he captures it for Towson. Zane Martin has that look in his eye, drops it off for Thompson. Denied at the rim, but a foul. 3 Bulls in the neighborhood. Graves, Williams, and Bertram. And this one's going to be, I believe, on Bertram.
That's his first personal. Team foul number 7. Thompson to line for Towson.
Thompson 46% from the line a season ago for Towson. Splashes in the second to split the pair. Draws Towson to within 3. Graves a jump pass out on the arc to Segu. A good look, and he rattles it down.
Only their second three of the ball game, but neither team really doing too much from behind the arc. Only one for Towson so far, and they're all about working it inside, and that's good old-fashioned basketball.
Martin maneuvers, hands it off to Thompson, puts it through. Mbala left alone on the inside, cashes in. Buffalo by 6.
Yeah, somebody lost their assignment there, and that's part of this tempo that Buffalo likes to run, is sometimes you force the defense to be confused picking up on the run who they might have to, and you have to be really good communicators to deal with that.
Reach and foul. Graves has plenty to give. That's only his first. But that is Buffalo's 8th team foul. So that puts Towson at the line in the 1-and-1. It's Victor Uyalamo checking into the lineup, the transfer from USC for Towson, coming off a double-double against San Francisco yesterday. Martin's free throw, he connects. Hits them both. Martin averaged double figures last year at New Mexico. He was at Towson before that. This is a return trip to Charm City for Zane Martin, preseason All-League. The coaches remember just how good he was 2 years ago. 4-point game. Graves barrels into the lane. Soft touch at the iron.
Man, just two different styles of play here. You see Towson really try to slow down the pace, and Buffalo obviously trying to push that tempo, like we said, and it's worked out well to be a clash of two teams.
Martin sputters off. Buffalo's made their last 3 shots. Segu can't keep the streak alive. Tip out, the top offensive rebounding team in the nation, and it leads to points. Williams slices inside.
Yeah, nice read by Williams. Sometimes it's hard to read where those rebounds are going to go, and then he had a straight lane to the basket and uses that athleticism and length to switch over to his left hand, and it's a good play to help create the separation.
Bouncing back door, Timberlake adjusts, can't finish. Took a spill underneath the basket, and it's 5-on-4 for Buffalo. Towson trying to match up. Head fake Segu. Draws 2. Wide open 3 for Williams. Good. And 1. Williams filling up the stat sheet. He has 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists as well.
The Towson foul whistle on number 12, Juwan Gray. That's his first personal.
Timeout on the floor. Buffalo has their largest lead. The Bulls are on a 7-0 run. It's 33-22 as we take a break. This is college basketball, Bubbleville on Flow Hoops.
%52 of men between 40 and 70 experience erectile dysfunction, but many don't get treated. Now there's Roman, the digital health clinic for men. With Roman, you can get genuine ED medication prescribed by a healthcare professional from the comfort of home. If prescribed, you'll receive your medication with free 2-day shipping in discreet packaging. Start your free online visit today at GetRoman.com/TV.
College basketball on Flow Hoops. The Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, host of Bubbleville. This event features over 30 teams and 40 games all over the course of the next, got 8 days left. This is day 3. Buffalo's the season opener. They lead 33-22 over Towson. With 3:19 to go in this first half, alongside Carl Schoening, I'm James Westlane. Buffalo preseason picked 4th in their league It's been 263 days since Buffalo last took the floor, their longest hiatus since the end of the 98 season heading into 98-99. The MAC tournament was canceled in March, so Buffalo still seeking to become the first MAC team to ever win 3 straight conference tournaments. But the MAC is loaded this season. With Western Kentucky and Bowling Green, this Buffalo team, they look good. They lead by 11.
Yeah, and we talked about them wanting to push the pace. They have made 5 of their last 6 field goals on a 7-0 run here in the last minute 12, and they can make an 8-0 run here for the 4-point play opportunity from Williams as he had a 3-pointer plus the foul going into this break.
Can't capitalize. That was only the second free throw attempt for Buffalo in this first half. Gray on the wing, pitches it out front. Martin at the point. Back to Gray. Thought about the 3, pulls it back in. Trying to free up Gibson. Nice closeout by Mbala. Pounding him, pestering him out on the arc. Bertram on the switch, left his feet, but gave Gibson space to shoot. Gibson was trying to bait that official for a foul, and a whistle goes against Towson.
Yeah, if Gibson had just gone into his natural shot motion, he might have actually drawn that foul. The fact that he initiated the contact, that's the difference there as you get another look at it here. And he might have been all right if he had just gone into just a straight vertical jump. But the officials are very rarely going to fall for that where you move into the defender as they close out. And that's another solid job defensively by Bertram.
It's been a major point of emphasis for officials the last 2 seasons. They call it an offensive flop. 35-22 after the stick back for Buffalo, and Buffalo starting to pull away on the glass. They've out-rebounded Towson 21-14. And the top offensive rebounding team in the nation from a season ago. They have 9 offensive boards in this first half. They lead by a baker's dozen. Critical 2:24 for Towson. Shot clock winding down. Gray gets around his man. Can't finish the running right-hander, and Bertram captures it. Trailing Graves. Off the heel. Bertram another rebound. Outside to Segu for a 3. Wide right. Mbala in traffic. Hits the deck. He's going to the line. 8th foul on Towson. Buffalo's on a 9-0 run. Trying to add to it.
On top of that, they have 11 offensive rebounds, and that's just not a good recipe for success when you give the opposing team that many more opportunities to score. At the moment, the field goal margin is 36 field goal attempts to 24. Buffalo leading Towson there, and when you give up 12 more shots in a half, that's roughly what you see on the scoreboard as well, with this difference on the scoreboard, because they're shooting well enough even after they get their own misses.
The Tigers welcome back to the lineup. 5 done.
The line change for Towson.
Yellow, 25, Timberlake.
Josh Mbala, he is an unselfish player. Came off the bench in the final 12 games for Buffalo last year. He had 11 double-doubles last season, averaged 10.8 points, and he's one of the top rebounders in the country. 9.6 on the glass. Hits both free throws. Buffalo leads by 15 with under 2 to go in this first half. Martin draws a blocking foul. Buffalo's in the restricted area. Both Martin and our baseline official on top of it. Martin has 8 of Towson's 22.
Yeah, that's the second time Towson's run a horn set, and I think that might have been broken yet again. Here we go. We see another look there. He's definitely in the restricted circle, and that's the second time that a foul has helped him out on the broken play, but it was also a nice job to make good of the poor spacing on the play by Martin.
Buffalo's on an 11-0 run. Martin's free throw. He connects. He has 9 points in this first half. coming off a 25-point performance yesterday.
Still no field goals from Towson in the last 3:30.
Timberlake lost it on the way up. Towson with their 10th miscue.
Yeah, it's been a pretty sloppy game both ways.
Timberlake makes up for it, takes the charge on the other end. Offensive foul, Buffalo.
And that's the 8th turnover for Buffalo. So 18 combined turnovers here in the first half. Part of that's because of the defense. Part of that's just because of maybe some jitters from playing in the first game. High energy from Buffalo.
That was the second foul on Williams. A steal, and Mballa fuels the break. The big man dribbles it up the floor and dishes to Graves. Mballa with the assist.
Yeah, when a big man gets that much on the leading the break into the paint, you have to stop balling. That was a nice little dish to find Graves to get the easy bucket because he drew in all the defense.
Under a minute to play. Dot lost his footing. Walks with it. 12 turnovers on Towson in this first half. With 47.1 to go before we break for intermission. Buffalo averaged 78 points per game a season ago, 78.6 to be exact. Led the MAC. Pacing for north of that number. Graves shimmies down into the corner. Trying to feed it to the foul line, knocked away and stolen. Dot in the head. Resistance from Mballa. Couldn't finish the bunny. Shot clock is off. Buffalo wants to run. Mballa, no. Trying to nudge it up into the basket on the follow. It won't go, and a foul on this end. It's going to stay with Buffalo. Much to the dismay of Towson.
That's his second personal.
I believe they called it on Timberlake there, and that just seemed like physical basketball. Sometimes you have to call contact. That might have been a situation where you let them play, but instead now Mballa's going to the free throw line, and they get the chance to add on to Buffalo's lead.
Front rim blasting through. Buffalo has 40 to 23. They're 3 of 6 from the foul line as a unit. Out rebounding Towson by 11, 26 to 15. They have 12 offensive rebounds. Mballa shot 59% from the line a season ago. Looks much better here in 2020. Now 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Towson can hold for the final shot. Down by 18. They need a basket going into the locker room. Down to 7. Martin on the drive. Tough angled shot. And Martin going to the line. He'll earn him at the stripe. Fouled with 4.7 on the timer.
That's his third.
Ooh, I think Martin did a good job selling that foul. It was a solid switch by Nickelberry, and he hits the deck and maybe didn't really get that much contact to be that far off balance, but he'll take the free throw.
Zane Martin able to wish that free throw in. See if he can hit them both of them. Connect with that front rim and roll in.
Demetrius Mims returns to the Tigers lineup.
Buffalo gets it into Graves. Trying to pitch it up the floor in the corner. It's out of bounds at 1.5. Had the right idea looking for Sagu. Setting up shop in that corner for a buzzer beater. But now Towson has it. Down by 16.
Towson Towson hasn't scored a field goal in the last 5-10. Maybe they can do it here at the final second and a half.
Timberlake scanning the floor, ready to heave it. Half-court shot from Martin. Oh, he didn't get it off. Took a dribble. Halftime is here. Buffalo leads by 16, 41-25. Williams with the team high 14 points for Buffalo. On the other side, it's Martin with 11 for Towson. Buffalo winning with their formula, dominating the glass and 12 offensive rebounds. They lead it by 16 here at intermission, shooting 45% in that first half and holding Towson to 36%. It's halftime. This is college basketball from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Welcome back to Bubbleville from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. This is college basketball, day 3 of this Bubbleville environment. Buffalo leads Towson 41-25 here at the break. Alongside the analyst for the Austin Spurs of the NBA G League, he's Carl Schoening. I'm James Westlane. 16-point spread, Carl, and Buffalo, the top rebounding team in the nation a season ago, dominating the boards in this one, plus 11, 26-15.
Yeah, and those second chance opportunities have been a big part of the scoreboard disparity. 12 offensive rebounds for Buffalo, 10 second chance points. They definitely know how to get on the glass and then take advantage of those second and third chance opportunities. There have been several times where they've grabbed the second offensive rebound in the possession, and that's really been a big factor here. And I think that that's sort of what they need to keep on working, is just working that glass. And if they can clean the glass and just play some, they're not a possession basketball team, but if they can take advantage of the possessions that they get, then they can pretty much run away with this if they play pretty well in the first half of this second half.
Nathan Williams had the big half for Buffalo with 14 points. He ripped down 6 rebounds, had 2 assists. Bertram was a nice lift as well with 6 points and 9 boards, a couple of blocks for the Bulls. Number 41 in the middle for Buffalo in the blue. Towson with the ball. They hoist up an air ball on their first offensive possession of this final half, and Buffalo has it. Umbala, a rare 3, an air ball.
Yeah, Towson's going to have to dig deep here. They have to play a little bit faster, and a nice 3 to open up the scoring in the second half, but by Zane Martin. But it's definitely a situation where they're playing their third game in 3 days and also having to speed up the pace. It's going to be hard to make this comeback.
Dating back to the first half, that Zane Martin 3 ended a 6-minute scoring drought for Towson. A whistle off the ball, down low. Call it on Towson's Gibson. Stays with Buffalo on this end, nursing a 13-point lead. Charles Thompson enters the lineup for Towson. He had a really nice first half with 7 points and a couple of rebounds. Had a big-time dunk for the Tigers. Jump pass to Williams out on the arc. Hoists up an air ball. Both teams struggling to draw iron here in the first almost minute of play.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they give Gray the credit for a little deflection there. I think he was the last one to touch, and that's why Buffalo's getting the ball back here. But, yeah, not like Buffalo to let the shot clock go into single digits.
Down to 8 out front. Tagu, Waterbugs down the lane. Lost it. Shot clock winding down, and Bertram has it wrestled away, jarred loose by Thompson of Towson. A basket here, and Towson can trim it to 11, maybe 10. Early in this second half, Gibson bumped, gets rid of it, out to Gray. Rise and fire. Looked good from here, but it's too long. Thompson, aggressive on the glass, finds the cutter. Power dribble, Martin no. Martin down low, sticks with it, and finishes. Martin goes tumbling to the floor. Big basket for the Tigers.
Yeah, we talked about Buffalo's rebounding, and here it is Towson pulling this into an 11-point game.
Offensive foul. They call it on Bertram of Buffalo.
Yeah, I think he
His
dragged
second
his
foul.
hip a little bit. Yeah, he sort of dragged his hip while setting that screen and then heading down to where he was going to be. He wasn't sure what he did, but sometimes that's a situation where you're in a hurry to set the screen and then get to your spot during the play.
Zane Martin is certainly capable of taking over games. Drive and kick, Gibson in rhythm. That is pure. And Towson has trimmed it to single digits. Timeout, Buffalo. Jim Whitesell wants to settle his troops as Towson made some halftime adjustments, and they have come roaring out onto the floor in this second half of play.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do, is you use this energy that you got at halftime to create a spark, get a little run movement, and get back on that scoreboard a little bit. Buffalo still yet to score here in the second half, and Only 2 minutes, 5 second drought usually isn't that big of a deal, but Buffalo, the pace they like to play, the offense that they want to produce, they don't want to give Towson any life as they cut it to single digits.
Towson has opened this second half on a 7-0 flurry. A 7-0 run has drawn them to within 9. And Zane Martin starting to come alive for Towson. He has 16 points and 3 assists as well. He delivered the ball to Gibson for the J. And Zane Martin starting to show why he's preseason all-league and averaged 20 points per game in the CAA 2 years ago. Spent last season at New Mexico. A fascinating story. He left New Mexico because he wasn't so sure that they were going to have a season the Mountain West. Came back home. He's from Philadelphia. And here he is in Charm City for Towson this season for his redshirt senior campaign.
Yeah, various levels of caution being taken across the country, and sometimes that's really led to transfers, whether it be at the high school or the college level, to different states. And Towson will take a pretty good player like that coming back to their program, and maybe he can help them pick up their first victory of the season.
These teams played last year in Charleston, South Carolina in a non-conference tournament. It was close. Buffalo won 76-73. So they're somewhat familiar with one another. 9-point spread. Towson has scored the first 7 of the second half. Buffalo, let's see what they drew up out of the timeout. They get it to their playmaker, Graves, bothered at the rim. Shot is no good, and Towson clears. Gray veers to the left, gives it up to Gibson on the boundary. They play hot potato with it, wings it along the inline. Martin roars across the lane, shot almost goes. Martin headed to the line for 2.
Yeah, Martin getting to the free throw line really helps out his team get the opportunity to score with the clock stopped. And when you're down, free throw trips are always important.
Martin having no problems at the line tonight, 6 of 7 now, and he has 17 points. With those 3 assists, as he drops in the second, he's accounted for 24 of Towson's 34 points in some fashion. Their offense runs through him. Graves hasn't scored in a while for Buffalo. Williams has it poked into backcourt, tracks it down. Shot clock's been cut in half. Williams floats along the inline, pitches it to Mbala, who's fouled in the act.
Yeah, Gray defending with his hand sort of in a deny position, and a nice job by Mbala to just go straight through that, initiate the contact, and in that particular case, it's the defender, Gray, who is the one at fault, and opportunity for free throws.
That one spits out. Mbala 4 of 6 from the line. Last year, he was only 59% from the stripe. He started this game 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Second one. Missed them both.
I'm going to implore that every level of basketball pick up the rule that the G League created last year, where it's 1 point for every one free throw attempt for every free throw trip worth the amount that it's worth. So that would have been a situation where 1 free throw for 2 points, and it just helps speed the game up a lot more. And I forget about how I got spoiled with that in the G League last year.
Mbala sails across the lane. He's bumped and fouled. So in the G League, you only shoot 1 free throw per trip, even if it's a shooting foul. Am I understanding that correctly?
Until the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and overtime. So if you get fouled on a 3-point shot, it would be 1 free throw for 3 points, and it just speeds the game up tremendously. And I get the feeling it'll catch on. I think it's a really nifty rule.
How many minute quarters do they play in the G League?
Oh, there are 12 minutes, but yeah, they do everything they can to speed those games up. There is it shaves off about 7 minutes of the game.
7-point game here. Timberlake's been quiet tonight for Towson. Trying to get on track. Williams a head fake. Pull up Jay in rhythm. He buries it. That is silky smooth, and Buffalo leads by 9.
Yeah, you can tell he practices that shot. A little pump fake in the corner, watches the defender fly by, find a little space, mid-range jumper. And mid-range game is not dead despite the analytics of the day telling you otherwise.
Another foul on this end of the floor. A lot of stoppages here in the first 4+ minutes of this second half.
Yeah, I was about to say that the officials calling this a lot tighter as Gibson just kind of got pushed around a little bit. I think that was a legitimate foul call, and it's like a couple of Buffalo players trying to figure it out, but it does take us to our media timeout.
Seguin and Hardnett saying, come on, man, let us play. We just want to play. Timeout on the floor. 9-point lead for Buffalo. This is college basketball on Flow Hoops, Bubbleville from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.
Being a pro athlete, it's extremely important to be prepared. It's extremely important to put the right things in your body. That's the great thing about BioStills. It's getting me in the right shape to be able to go on the field and be the best Patrick Mahomes that I can be. The best thing about this sport and the platform that you have, you get to impact future generations. And having something that tastes good that also makes you healthy is something that's special.
We were talking about the G League because Carl Schoening is the analyst for the Austin Spurs of the NBA G League. Joins me on the call this afternoon. I'm James Westling. It's a 9-point spread in favor of Buffalo, 43-34. They've led for all but 16 seconds of this contest. Towson has opened the second half on a 9-2 burst. Zane Martin trying to will his team to victory for Towson. On the other side, it's been balanced for Buffalo. They've been led by Williams with 16 and Graves with 10.
Yeah, and I think Buffalo, the break has kind of been a little hard on Buffalo as they sort of lost their rhythm. They really do like to push the break, and I also think the officials calling this game a lot tighter in terms of contact, initiating whistles, also has sort of taken Buffalo out of their game, and it benefits Towson.
Posting up Timberlake. Thompson in a wrestling match for it with Hardnett underneath. Jump ball, arrow favors Buffalo. Great effort by both teams.
Yeah, you got to tie up those 50-50 balls when you get a chance. And old saying, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And now Buffalo will try and get back to a double-digit lead.
Graves lofting it inside to Williams, one-on-one against Timberlake. Uses the offhand. He's a lefty, but goes to the right and fills it up in close. Gibson for Towson. Wings it over to Martin. Draws a crowd, and Thompson with the hammer. His second dunk.
Defense, all eyes on Martin, and that helps Thompson out, which you can just find a nice little spot underneath the basket.
Graves floating away on his three, left it short. Williams, another basket. In deep.
Yeah, the 15th offensive rebound by Buffalo, and that really is the big difference here. Those second chance opportunities, only 5 offensive rebounds by Towson.
Williams has 18, matching Martin of Towson for the game high. Thompson almost got it to go. He's fouled on the way up. Charles Thompson, the redshirt sophomore from Fort Washington, Maryland, having a really strong outing for Towson.
As you see that play again where the defender had to come over and help, and Thompson just gets his opportunity to add on to his highlight reel.
Bricks the free throw. 11 point lead for Buffalo. Ja'Kai Dotton enters the lineup for Towson. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, it would help him if he didn't have so much movement in his wrist on his way up. It looks like he's not moving his wrist on the shooting motion.
He got Williams in the lane early. Would have had another try at it. Splashes it in to make it a 10-point lead for Buffalo. Picked fourth in the MAC. Graves spiked off the window. Martin on the other end cruises in for a layup. It's an 8-point game. Williams, finger roll, silky smooth. Janathan Williams gives Buffalo a 10-point lead.
Williams, the lefty, with the pretty finish, and sometimes I think those left-handers catch the defense off guard. There's a look at this block by Thompson that sparks the fast break the other way, where Zane Martin knows what to do. If they try to attack the defense for one-on-one, nice Euro step, and he finishes with the left hand himself.
Thompson, 10 points off the bench, 3 rebounds for Towson in that big-time block. But Towson got caught napping on the other end. Buffalo had a transition basket to push their lead back to 10. It's a 10-point advantage. Here in Bubbleville, the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Day 3 of the college basketball season.
Brock Bertram returns for Buffalo.
Towson looking to get it back into single digits. They've led for a total of 16 seconds, trying to claw their way back. In the corner, Dotton attacks baseline. Had it partially blocked on the inside by Bertram. Gibson, corner 3. Halfway down, but it swirls out. Up the floor, Graves for Buffalo, playing hot potato with it on the boundary. Second thought 3, airborne and true. Big swing. That's a 6-point swing, and Buffalo leads by a baker's dozen. Martin, a right point 3. He knew it was off the minute it left his hand. Charges in for the rebound. Dotton hedge hugging to the rim. Leans in to absorb and initiate some contact. Dotton going to the line for the Tigers.
Yeah, Dotton coming in here trying to bring a little bit of energy. He's only played about 9 minutes so far, but he was sitting in the corner and he was asking for the ball of the first possession of this shift, and it would have been a bad pass, but his teammates still worked it to him, and I think he's really interested in making an impact in this game. I could see him trying to display some of that energy on the defensive end here in the upcoming possessions.
First among Towson returners with 69 assists last season. A really good defender. Chipped in with 4 points per game a year ago. Free throw rolls out. Dotton's second one. Good rotation and follow through is good. 12-point lead for Buffalo. Towson, they've been unable to get over the hump. Williams draws a foul. He is so quick. Takes those long strides, and with his length, he's listed at 6'5", but he plays much taller.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the hair, but he looks like he's a bit taller than 6'5". And in all honesty, I'd like a remeasurement there. He definitely looks like he's longer than 6'5". It looks like his elbows are at his waistline, and that's just an impressive outing here so far from Williams. 22 points, make it 23 right there with that free throw maker.
He's a junior from Rochester, New York. He had a stretch of 9 straight games in double figures last year during the month of December and January. Second free throw rounded off. Uyalamo rips down the rebound. 13-point lead for Buffalo. Towson trying to avoid moving to 0-3 on the season, but against some stiff competition. Dotton leans in. Tough shot, almost had it. Williams, drive and kick. Nickelberry puts it behind his back. Wild shot along the inline, hoists up an air ball. 3 Tigers in the neighborhood to dig out the rebound. Timberlake still looking for his first points of the night. Solomon, Uyalamo on the inside. Bangs into his defender, couldn't find a good angle to toss it up towards the goal. Buffalo claims it. Zagu probing. Plays catch with Fagan. 3 rockets off the rim. Falls to Williams. He's terminated his dribble. Out on the arc, another 3. That one too long as well. Towson fumbling around the rebound. Timberlake has it. 1-on-3 to the rim. Blocking foul in the restricted area.
Yeah, I don't think the restricted area would have come too much into play. A really nice job by Timberland to initiate the contact. Let's take another look at this, as he did sort of get in front of him and tried to get set, so maybe they will go ahead and rule that it was there. But as soon as Timberlake went into the shooting motion, that's a situation where you want to try and block that shot. You can't just try and get set for a charge.
We've come to a media timeout, 53-40. Buffalo on top by 13. Towson's Nicholas Timberlake at the line when we come back on Flow Hoops.
Who are you? You're so mean. Thanks, Captain Obvious. I'm you from the future, here to warn you about 2020. Can't be that bad, right? Let's just say it gets a bit dramatic. There's no toilet paper, no hand sanitizer, or sports. Oh, and trips were canceled. What? Listen! Just choose free cancellation on Hotels.com because no one knows what the future holds. Anything else? We're bald.
The Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. It's not March Madness, it's Mohegan Madness. The schedule for Bubbleville has been in flux. Towson, they were supposed to play St. Bonaventure, Rhode Island, and Stephen F. Austin. Instead, they get here and, about 36 hours before their first game, they find out they're playing Virginia, San Francisco, and Buffalo. Towson down by 13. The Tigers have 20 points from Zane Martin and a career-high 10 from Charles Thompson. Buffalo, preseason picked 4th in the MAC. They look the part, up by 13 with 11:34 to go. They've been led by Janathan Williams and Javon Graves, who have combined for 33 of their 53. Timberlake at the line for Towson. Had a career-high 19 points in their opener against Virginia, had 12 yesterday. But no points in this one. And he's on the board. Second one also good. Bertram bangs into Uyalamo. Gets the roll.
I'm surprised they don't utilize him more in the low post. He's just such a load down there, and I get the feeling I know they like to push that break, but they score pretty quickly on that possession. Go ahead and speed it up to where he gets an early opportunity in the shot clock to get a post up, because he's been a great weapon for them this game.
He has a career high with that basket, 8 points tonight. It's tipped out of bounds. It stays on this end with the Tigers.
Zane Martin returns for the Tigers.
Towson has missed their last 7, make it 8 shots. They haven't made a field goal in the last 3 minutes, 11 seconds.
Yeah, we were talking about in the keys to the game at the pregame. Avoid those droughts, and here's another one of those droughts that's really been sort of the difference here, as Buffalo has not had too many droughts themselves.
Martin yo-yos the bounce. Blow by on Bertram. Can't finish at the rim, and it falls to Williams. Lead past Nickelberry. Williams trailing, spotting, shooting, and barely drawing iron. Sails out of bounds, going to Towson.
Yeah, you can't blame them for trying the three, but Buffalo not too great so far from deep this evening, as they're shooting under 25%. That was their 17th attempt. They've only made 4 of those. So I think it's still key just to try and work it inside, get those high percentage shots.
The Uyalamo brothers are out on the floor, and this is Solomon who muscles it up and through.
And Towson gets the memo the other way. Scoring inside.
Graves looking for the and one. Going to the line for Buffalo. Javon Graves with 13 points on 6 of 15 shooting. Headed to the line for the second time tonight.
Yeah, Graves looking for points. 14 and 15 here at the line, and he's definitely been a key factor to Buffalo's lead.
That one off the left side of the rim. The all-league guard scored in double figures in all but 3 Buffalo games last year, and he's in double figures here tonight. Became the 23rd player in Buffalo history with over 1,000 career points. His 3rd year in the starting lineup, the senior from Malvern, Ohio. Right at 10 minutes on the nose to play from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, Bubbleville, day 3. Tomorrow we have this Buffalo team again taking on Army. Tip-off at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Martin kick out to Timberlake for a 3. That one not even close. Timberlake has completely lost his legs, and he knows it. He drops his head in frustration. But it stays with Towson on this end as Uyalamo is fouled. And Buffalo, that's their 7th team foul. Towson in the single bonus.
Yeah, Towson themselves have not been lighting it up from deep, as they're 2 for 12 after that miss. So, I think it would almost be wise for both teams to just go ahead and cut their losses from behind the arc and just focus on pounding it inside the rest of the game.
Uyalamo doesn't draw iron on his free throw. And you think about, look at Towson in their schedule. They played Virginia, the best defensive team in the country the last 6 seasons. They've led the NCAA in scoring defense during that stretch each and every year. And then on day 2 yesterday, they play a run and gun up and down San Francisco team. Today, they get the top rebounding team in the country in Buffalo. They
and
led
also
the nation in
point.
total rebounds and offensive rebounds last year. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, and also a team playing their first game of the season, so they had fresh legs.
That's another good point. Just to pile it on. They'll be a force in league play. They went 12-6 last year in the CAA. Finished 3rd, won 13 of their final 16 games. Pat Scarry at the helm for Towson, and Jim Whitesell, the coach for Buffalo. Uyalamo at the line for Towson. Foul was on Hartnett. His 4th and team foul number 8. Uyalamo's free throw, he buries it to get the back into the bonus.
Towson about to shoot their 19th free throw here on the game, and they lead that advantage right now, 19-13. So getting the free throw line has really been helping Towson stay in this game.
It's down to 10 for Towson with under 9 to go. Still a lot of time. Williams shimmies into the lane. Lost it on the way up. Kick out Sagu. Relocates. Off the heel. Tip out, run down by Buffalo. Braves is Johnny on the spot. Kicks to the top, and a three. Fagan, who missed the entire 2019-2020 season due to an injury, drills it.
Yeah, and when you give this Buffalo team second and third chance opportunities, they're going to take advantage of it, and that was the 18th offensive rebound.
Kick out to Martin. Exploring, looking, searching. Finds Uyalamo. Bounces it to his brother for a slam.
And Towson, again, running their horn sets, they kind of get lost towards the end of it, and then they know how to adjust when the poor spacing leads to good spacing, and nice way to finish right there.
Braves gets to the foul line for Buffalo on the other end.
That's his fourth. It will be team foul number 6 for the Tigers. We got an official timeout.
Takes us to break. Timeout on the floor. We're at the under 8. Buffalo leads by 11 here at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.
"52% of men between 40 and 70 experience erectile dysfunction, but many don't get treated. Now there's Roman, the digital health clinic for men. With Roman, you can get genuine ED medication prescribed by a healthcare professional from the comfort of home. If prescribed, you'll receive your medication with free 2-day shipping in discreet packaging. Start your free online visit today at GetRoman.com/TV.
Couple of highlights for Buffalo. Brock Bertram on the inside has a career-high points and rebounds with 8 points and 12 boards. And just moments ago, a three from Trayvon Fagan, his first career three in Buffalo uniform. I'm James Westling. He's Carl Shoney. Tomorrow we have Buffalo and Army. That one starts at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Saturday special here in the bubble. 7:54 to go. Buffalo, they've led all but 16 seconds of this one. Towson went on a run right out of the chute, out of halftime here in the second half, but since then, they've missed 11 of their last 13 shots.
Yeah, certainly not the way they wanted to build on what was once cutting into a double-digit lead, making it single digits, but Buffalo was able to weather the storm, and then we talked about it in the pregame, and Towson just has these droughts occasionally that tend to fight them where they just lose track of the game. And if Buffalo can add on a little bit of this run here, the final few minutes or final minutes of the stretch before the 4-minute media timeout, then might be an opportunity to put this game away early.
Graves able to sink both free throws. "13-point lead for the Bulls. Martin threads it back door. That is a beautiful find. And Timberlake able to finish.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want that field goal attempts at the basket. You want to try and get those high percentage looks.
Graves slices to the goal. Gets it back on the follow, and he's hacked. Mugged in traffic, and Graves back to the line where he is 3 of 5 tonight and shot 65% a season ago.
That's his third personal. Team foul number 7. Graves again at the line.
Count the free throw, 12-point game. This Buffalo team, they have won 79 games over the last 3 seasons. 14th most wins in the nation during that stretch. and 20-plus wins, 5 of the last 6, including that 32-win outing in 2018-2019. Won a game in the NCAA tournament, beat Arizona State. Gibson on the move for Towson. Maneuvers and gets it to Uyalamo. Gibson a fall away with the shot clock winding down. Had to hoist it up. Offensive rebound, Martin. Back out to Gibson. Another try from the same spot. Short again. Collects his own miss. Traces along the inline. Shot clock at 15 as Martin retreats on the edge of the logo. Wants a screen. Uses it. Fires up a 3. Almost banked it in. Timberlake keeps it alive. Great hustle by Towson. Determined to get points on this end before they turn it over. 3-on-1 break. Showtime! Graves with the flush.
That was just
Timeout,
demoralizing. Yeah, that was demoralizing for Towson. They go ahead and take that 30-second timeout after getting so many offensive rebounds. I lost count. I want to say it was around 4, and they had another opportunity, decided to try and pull it back and use some of that 20-second reset, and it results in perhaps the play of the game there. Great elevation for the alley-oop, and instead of maybe making it a single-digit deficit, it's now pushed to 14, and I think Buffalo is sensing their first win of the season come on here in their first game. Towson, seeing if they have any gas left in the tank here on their third game in 3 days, trying not to fall 0-3 on the season.
Buffalo will play an Army team that has 2 games under their belt, but they have relatively fresh legs because they opened their season on Wednesday. So they had a full day of rest before coming to the bubble. And they looked really good earlier in their win over Central Connecticut State. Martin denied down low. Bertram with the block. Sagu shovels it to Graves. A 3. In and out. Thompson tips it to his teammate, and Towson has the ball down by 14.
Bertram's stat line won't be the one that pops out when you look at this Buffalo team, but I think he's a big reason why they come away with the victory because of his play on both sides of the court.
Uyalamo throws it away. 4-on-1. Williams. Buffalo leads by 16. The throwdown gives Williams 25 for the night. Another timeout. Towson out of gas. Williams has had a big night for Buffalo. Cruising to a 16-point cushion with 5:27 to go. We're back in a moment. This is college basketball on Flow Hoops. Final 5.5 minutes. This will put a wrap on our coverage for today from Bubbleville. Back tomorrow with Buffalo and Army. Buffalo by 16. The 3 o'clock Eastern tip, 2 o'clock Central time. Out front, Thompson. At the top for Towson, handoff Martin. Pocket pass backdoor. Thompson wanted to throw it down. He lays it in. Thompson adds to his career high. He has 12 points.
Oh my goodness, I think Buffalo just wanted to run some clock, and they're going to actually go with the long play here. The first time tonight, I think I've seen them not play.
Pull up Sagu, left it short. Lead pass Timberlake. Make it Gibson, I should say. Fouled at the rim.
Yeah, good foul, make him earn the line, but also kind of slows this game down, and it's going to be an uphill climb for Towson here, but stop the clock on the score. Much better than letting him have that open layup on the very nice outlet pass.
I know Towson's likely going to leave this bubble 0-3, but a lot of good things from this Towson team. I've been impressed by them. Pat Scarry has built the program. They had 15 straight losing seasons prior to his arrival in 2011. And nobody really knows what to expect from them this year. They were preseason picked 4th in their league by the coaches, but Blue Ribbon Magazine had them 1st to win it. Lindy's picked them 10th. The coaches picked them almost in the middle at 4th. 13-point game. Towson, it doesn't get any easier for them. They added a game on December 1st against Maryland, so they'll be battle tested once they get into league play, Carl.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's been a tough go here, as you mentioned a couple of times. 36 hours before they have their entire schedule just shifted on them, where they go up against two pretty good teams, Virginia and San Francisco. And, you think that Virginia is the better of the two based off the preseason ranks. And here comes San Francisco defeating Virginia. And now Towson, third game in 3 days, going up against another really tough opponent. And Buffalo, you mentioned the Maryland game coming up. So when they can finally breathe and get ready to scout an opponent ahead of time, I get the feeling that they're going to be a really tough out. As this is just a tough situation here, but sometimes you got to roll with the punches in 2020.
Williams up to 26 points. Zane Martin rams his way to the rim, waltzes into the lane, count it, and one.
Yeah, well, Zane Martin hasn't given up on his team yet here, and he's making 11 points. So if he can cut this Buffalo lead to 11, 4.5 minutes, plenty of time left in the sport of basketball. The Tigers still only 2 of 16 from behind the line. They're just going to have to do it with effective shots, and if they can, finish and ones when they get the opportunity, unlike this trip.
I can't imagine how many points per game Zane Martin is going to average in league play once he gets there. He had 25 against San Francisco and has followed it up with 22 against a really impressive, long-armed Buffalo team. And a steal. Martin 1-on-2 to the rack. Not that time. Thought he was fouled. Up the floor, Buffalo, they shovel it to Hardnett. In the middle of the lane and back outside to Sagu. Williams, why not? That one well short.
Yeah, Williams has earned the green light for whatever he wants to do the final 3:30 within reason, and that's certainly within reason the way he's been playing.
This is a Buffalo team that shot clock winding down.
Besides that mid-range jumper.
Ball batted out of bounds with 6 on the timer, but Buffalo up by 12. Wouldn't want to play them in March. They look good here in their season debut. 12-point lead for Buffalo with 3:10 to go in the game. We're back after this on Flow Hoops.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community.
Gibson, the inbounder for Towson, with 6 on the shot clock. Trying to get it to Barton. He's bottled up. So they go to Thompson down low. Pushed in the back, and Hartnett has fouled out.
Yeah, I saw that, and obviously that leads to the 1-and-1 situation here. But usually inside that defensive box, you give the defenders a little bit more leeway. Forearm on the low back is definitely legal, but I guess there must have been a little bit too much aggression using that forearm against Thompson, and that whistles for his 5th foul.
Thompson trying to add to his career high. Has 12, 4 rebounds, a block and a steal in 18 minutes.
And for those of you who don't know where the defensive box is, you notice the little hash marks on the baselines, and the first line at the top of the restricted circle, that's an imaginary box that is used for the officials to determine when that restricted circle is in play. If the ball's caught inside that defensive box, the restricted circle is not in play. And also, it also creates an opportunity for defenders to get a little more physical inside that area. So, good opportunity to notice something that's invisible to most people, and that restricted circle, not always the end-all be-all, especially if the ball's caught inside that imaginary box.
It's a great note. Williams down low. Got his man in the air and slithers it around him.
Yeah, every now and again, people will ask me what those little lines are on the baseline, and it's just a little too much paint for the rest of the box to be filled in. So that's just a little signal for the officials to notice.
Buffalo by 14. Williams has a career high 28 and 12 rebounds in 33 minutes of action for the Bulls. They're trying to get him the ball one more time with 2:12 to go in the shot clock at 5. Gives it up with that tipped. Shot clock violation.
Backcourt violation.
Well, Coach Whitesell definitely will have something to point out here in the tape if Buffalo does go on to win this game, like I think they will. That's the 16th turnover against the Bulls, and certainly a lot to clean up there, but they're all easily fixed mistakes, some charges, some travels, and just like I said at the beginning, maybe be a little quick, but not in a hurry. Be less in a hurry, and that'll clean up a lot of those mistakes that Buffalo's made today.
Gibson the throwback to Thompson. Count it! And one. Charles Thompson has been phenomenal for Towson.
The Buffalo foul whistle on 24, Trevon Fagan. That's his 4th personal.
Yeah, I love seeing Thompson play. You get the nice roll to the basket, and big man knows what to do. He takes advantage of those opportunities where you catch it around the rim. I think he's going to have a good season here for the Tigers.
14 and 4, and now 15 points. Redshirt sophomore. Bulls have it in half court with 1:45 to go, trying to kill the clock. An inch closer to a victory. They lead by 11. Javon Graves, the all-league guard, cupping the ball on his waist. Quick double. Nearly throws it away with the shot clock at 4. Segu has to put it up. Leaner. And Segu, who averages 8.1 points per game last season, has 5. It's only a second make. He's 2 of 10. Nice shot for the Bulls. Thompson with another basket. He had 17 for the Tigers.
Yeah, no quit Towson as they bring on a 3/4 court suppression for the first time this evening.
45 seconds to go. Shot clock at 10. One more offensive possession for Buffalo and a foul on the floor. Number 8 on Towson.
That's his third personal.
Gibson commits his third. Puts Segu at the line for this Buffalo team.
Segu at the line.
Buffalo and Army tomorrow at 3 Eastern here on Flow Hoops. Free throw is true from Segu. He has 5 assists. He's only turned it over twice tonight for Buffalo. He was the MAC 6th man of the year last season, came off the bench in all 32 games. Up to 7 for the contest. 73-60, Buffalo. Pull up at the foul line, Zane Martin, 24 points. And a near steal on the boundary as Buffalo trying to run out the clock.
Tigers foul whistle on number 2, Zane Martin.
Zane Martin gets the foul.
It'd be the nice thing to do to let them just run out the clock. But Towson, they're not showing any quit. And sometimes you like to instill that sort of mindset into your team. You're playing until that final buzzer. Could also lead to a
Graves
more
just
respectable
4 of 8
final
from the
score.
foul line. Graves with 20 points. Averaged 17.1 last season for Buffalo. 12-point lead. Towson with the ball. Final 20 seconds. In the corner, Gibson. Stays with Towson on this end. Segu gets up high to block it. He's only 6 feet tall. Did have 10 blocks last year.
He's looking for a foul, too. I think he wanted a little bit of help from the official. He was pushed there at the end of the play.
Zane Martin pulls the trigger and rattles it down. 27 for Zane Martin. Gets it to single digits as Buffalo will win it. Their season opener. Buffalo's 1-0. They win it 74-65. They take on Army tomorrow here on Flow Hoops at 3 Eastern time, 2 Central. Towson leaves the bubble at 0-3. But they played Virginia, San Francisco, and Buffalo. And they've got Maryland next.
Yeah, make sure you don't miss that game tomorrow. Buffalo and Army, the 2 winners from today's games on Flow, and that'll be a fun one. I think both of those teams will match up pretty well, and I can't wait to see how that one shakes out.
74-65, Buffalo wins it. We'll take a look at some highlights here in a moment as Buffalo shoots 42% from the field to Towson's 36. Carl, take us through some post-game highlights as Buffalo wins it by 9.
Yeah, obviously Graves is a big playmaker for them. We got to give Bertrand a lot of credit for this victory as well, as Bertrand finished with 12 rebounds and 8 points, and he was a big defensive anchor as well. But there you go, Jonathan Williams, as he was just a force. He had a game-high 28, and that really made things easy for Buffalo to cruise to a win. And just a really fun game. Towson really had to dig deep to play their 3rd game in 3 days, but Buffalo, with fresh legs, wanting to run, was able to create the separation that they needed to pick up this victory this evening here in our final game on Flow. And just a lot of fun, very athletic team. Can't wait to see more of this Buffalo Bulls.
For Carl Schoening and our entire Flow Hoops crew, I'm James Westling, saying so long from Bubbleville, the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.